And there is the difference between the two of them on the racetrack. And Brendan Gaughan has peeled off as he is into pit road for what should be his final stop. Vince?
Well, there was a time in this race where they were not happy with the race car at all. It was mean loose for Brendan Gaughan, but right now the car is actually pretty good. It's a little bit tight in the middle, so they're going to make an air pressure adjustment to try to help him with that. Otherwise, just 4 tires and fuel, no chassis adjustment on the 62 for Brendan Gaughan. They're pretty happy with the way the car has run so far. It's been a clean night for Brendan now that they've got it underneath him.
And we'll wait to see where he shakes back out. We can tell you Justin Allgaier right now is in 21st position. And that, of course, the all-important race for Rookie of the Year. Here comes Scott Wimmer as he now peels off. So only Denny Hamlin is still out on the track, leading at this moment. And let's check in with Jamie Little.
Scott Wimmer, he's had an impressive run tonight. Started 35th. When they started the race, he said the car was great. They didn't adjust on it at all. We'll see if they're going to make any adjustments. He said it's pretty good. They're going to put 4 tires, fill it up with Sunoco fuel, run around to the left side. Scott had a pretty decent run in this car. It's limited budget, you guys. Great driver, and it's been solid. And tear off on the front, no adjustment, Shannon.
Denny Hamlin is saying that the car is a little bit tight. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment, 4 tires. Paul Wolf, crew chief for this team. This is his last race with CJM. He will be leaving at the end of the year. Guys?
So it's Denny Hamlin comes back out on the racetrack. Remember that penalty that Mike Bliss just took? He has dropped out of the 5th position. It is now, right now, as they run, Justin Allgaier by 1 point. It's not over yet. And Justin Allgaier shown in 19th position. Bliss was 10th on the track before the pit stops started.
Yeah, he had about a 32-point cushion before they made that error on pit road, so very costly to Mike Bliss.
So the battle for that final spot at the banquet Monday night over on Miami Beach still up for grabs. Does the rookie Justin Allgaier get it, or the 44-year-old veteran Mike Bliss? Now the Rookie of the Year, 62, is Brendan Gaughan, ahead of Justin Allgaier. That is 19th and 20th on the racetrack, both cars a lap down. And there's your race leader right in front of him, Jeff Burton. And the 4th car in that line is 2nd place, Carl Edwards. So we're heading towards the home stretch. 43 laps to go. Who's going to win it? Stay with us and find out. From high above on the Goodyear blimp looking down here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, we are under our 6th caution. Eric Darnell brushed the wall again and had some debris, so that is why we are under this caution. Let's go back and show you exactly what happened, as Eric had a great night going and brushed the wall earlier, and then here we go again.
You can see just as they tried to pick up the throttle, he couldn't get the nose to stick.
And he is now 2 laps down. Now watch under this caution. Keep an eye on the 29 and then the 60 of Carl Edwards. Looks like Carl's going to come down. He ducks down. Is Burton going to come? Yes, he is. Here comes Kyle Busch, and then all of a sudden...
Yep, there comes Carl Edwards back on the track.
So we're going to find out who benefits, because Carl is now on tires that are 13 laps older. Now, Mike Wallace is in this mix because he got the break. He was running 4th. He had not made his stop, so he's still on the lead lap. Here's Kyle and Jeff.
Yeah, see, Jeff Burton beats all these cars off of pit road. Now he'll be the first car with fresh tires. I like this move by Jeff Burton. If this race goes green, which has had a kind of a green feel to it all night, if it goes green, it looks like he'll have the advantage over Carl Edwards.
Well, while we've got a moment, let's check into the pit studio. Alan, what's cooking?
Well, our Verizon Wireless Race Rundown. Catch up on what's been happening through the first 3 quarters of this one, Marty. Kyle Busch clinched the championship just by taking the green flag in the 5th position at the start of this race, so he'll get the championship trophy at the end of the afternoon. Kyle's spent some time out in front, but his day's been reasonably calm by Kyle's standards. Some of these other guys, though, it hasn't been all that calm.
Brad Keselowski just got off to a tough start. Actually spun earlier by himself, got into the fence, thought the motor had possibly blown, but just had a difficult time getting his wheels up.
And as he's trying to figure out why his engine's not running, he's looking for some help.
I think the motor blew going into the corner. Got the red light out on the dash.
Look at the red light on the dash. There you go.
Problem solved.
Fire in the hole.
Always good to get that good advice. So then his problems weren't solo the next time around, huh?
Well, Denny said that he was going to maybe park him, and he didn't actually park him, but he did send him spinning, and I don't think NASCAR was extremely happy about that. They put Denny in the pits in the penalty box for 1 lap.
He's since come back onto the lead lap and is one of the guys who didn't pit under this caution. Carl Edwards had some troubles early, hit a piece of debris or something on the track.
Yeah, hit a piece of debris, and it looks like he caved in an air dam. They put another piece on there, and actually, guys, I think it's helped the car. It looks like the nose has got a little more angle, and this car has been handling great ever since.
Went all the way back to 34th place, came all the way back up to lead this race. Nice little through-the-middle 3-wide move there to get out front. And Edwards now, after not pitting under this caution, is going to have the race lead for this restart that's going to come with 38 laps to go. Carl talking about things with his team.
Let's hope for a caution in about 20 laps. We'll be pretty good, huh? Think you'll be fine from here on in if it goes green. All right, yeah, it'll be close. We'll see what happens here. Nobody else says none of those leaders have an extra set, do they? Nope. All right, we'll be all right here. We may get a caution. If we get a caution, we're going to be great.
All right, so 5 guys didn't pit under that caution. Edwards, Logano, Kenseth, Stephen Wallace, Denny Hamlin, Jeff Burton, first with fresh tires outside of row number 3 and 6th. What do you think? Good call or bad call to not pit?
I think it's a good call not to pit. These cars, I've been watching the lap times. They've been running faster and faster, it seems like, as they burn the fuel off. It looks like everybody's cars are starting to handle better as the fuel burns off. So probably not a bad call. Might pay for it, but the first 5 laps, then I think it'll settle in.
I think it was the wrong call. I think the guys with the tires are going to win the race. I think it's going to go green. And even if there's a caution like Carl wants, I don't think there's going to be enough time for him to come through with that many cars on the lead lap.
38 laps to go. Let's see what happens, gentlemen.
Last set of tires on that 29 car, and it will be Edwards, Logano, Kenseth, Stephen Wallace, Denny Hamlin. As we go back to green flag racing here at Homestead in the final race of 2009.
Yeah, I personally think Carl's only choice is see Kyle Busch to the high side.
And look at Burton. Wallace got way loose. He's going backwards.
Yeah, I think Carl's only hope is these guys get caught up in some traffic there, because I believe they're going to run him down with those fresh tires. They're so much faster for a few laps.
Burton's already to 3rd. He's got that high line. He likes the bottom of the racetrack. At least he has all night. Here comes Kyle side by side with him. They get past Kenseth easily.
Kyle knows he has to go now. His car isn't as good on the long run as Jeff Burton, so he's got to make some time right now.
On board with Joey Logano. He's running in 2nd place right now. At least, well, he was running in 2nd place, because here comes Kyle.
You can see him 3 wide right behind him.
Burton's got the high line. There's Denny Hamlin. Matt Kenseth. Here comes Newman on the high side to get in the mix as well.
Yeah, Kenseth couldn't get back in the gas. See Denny Hamlin sliding his car off the corner.
And they form a single file line, so it's Edwards, Busch, Logano, Burton, Hamlin, Newman. That's your top 6. Ludeman's going to take a peek underneath the 16. Not going to have a chance at it. How about the battle for the race lead? Here we go. We could have, yep, we've just tied for 19th lead change. That's as many as we've had ever here in the Nationwide Series at Homestead-Miami, as Busch goes around Carl Edwards.
Now, for Carl Edwards, he's hoping for a caution with about 20 laps to go or so, where he can use his last set of tires against these guys, and they won't have any. That's really his only chance right now.
The only problem is he's going to have a lot of other cars that are going to have to stay out there too, because they don't have it, so he's got a lot more cars to pass than what these guys did.
Kyle Busch, your 2009 champion, pulling away. A little further back, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, they're going side by side. That is for position 4th on the racetrack. Hamlin's got the low line working this time, clears him easily. And Jeff Burton has gotten around Carl Edwards for 2nd.
Yeah, and I think Jeff Burton's saying, okay, if this thing goes green, I've got these boys right here, because my car just doesn't slow down quite as much as these other guys.
The only thing that might throw a wrench in that deal is that they may have adjusted on Kyle's car a little bit here. They've been working on it all night long, trying to get it right. If they've made the right adjustment that last stop, they might have something for Jeff Burton.
That radio we had just a few moments ago was Kyle saying, hey, good call, guys, for taking the tires. There's Scott Speed and Brad Keselowski. That is for position as well. That's 8th on the track.
Yeah, Brad's made a pretty nice night out of this after a pretty eventful start to this race. In the first 35 laps, he had spun around twice. Once on his own and once with a little help.
David Rudiman alongside of Newman and Ryan. Remember, he has no first gear, but it doesn't bother him once he gets up to speed.
Yeah, he doesn't need first gear right now. He's got it in fourth and digging.
You know, you were talking about needing one more caution. Since 2003, the first race on this configuration, there has been at least one caution in the last 30 laps. So maybe Carl Edwards' history will come into play there and may help him. The battle for third right now as Denny Hamlin is side by side with Carl Edwards. Now Edwards gets a little bit of room.
Well, now Denny Hamlin did not make a pit stop under that caution, but he was one of the cars that stayed out real late in that round of green flag stop. So his tires are fresher than Carl Edwards right now.
Yeah, probably at least 10, 12 laps at least that he's got.
Yeah, Denny pitted on lap 155. Carl pitted on lap 146. So that gives you an idea just how fresh Denny's tires are compared to Carl's. Kyle Busch right now not only celebrating a championship, but might be celebrating his 9th win of the year in the Nationwide Series if he can hold on.